Hey guys, welcome back out. My name's Steve Shelk and we're in the middle of doing our Pillars series, the Pillars of Hitting. Last week we talked about our stance and setup. Tonight we're going to talk about movement. So we're talking about our backwards movement and our forward movement to the ball. Once we get our proper stance, the next steps in our swing process is going to be the backwards movement or the negative movement or our load, okay? To start off, when I'm in my stance, I want to make sure that when I'm in my feet, the body weight of my stance is not too much in my toes and I'm not too much in my heels. I really want to make sure that I'm feeling the entire foot in the ground. Okay? I like that feel just because of the aggressiveness of the stance. If you think about, trying to jump in basketball, when I go to do it, I'm not going to put the weight in my toes when I go to jump, and the same thing, I'm not going to lean back in my heels. I'm really going to get into the full flat foot, and then when I go to explode, I'm transitioning that weight into my toes as I explode. And we're going to see that same thing as we progress through our forward movement here. So I got equal balance weight, good stance, and when I go to move back during my load, I really want to put some focus on my hip flexor and my oblique, my left oblique if I'm a right-hand hitter, my right oblique if I'm a left-hand hitter. So I really want to feel those parts of my body moving as I get back into my stance. Now, everybody has movement when they load. Some move more, some move less. It's really a sense of creating good timing for my swing, and it really helps deliver good bat path when I have a good proper load, okay? As I move backwards, I want to make sure I keep some bend in my back knee, and I'm trying to sink or coil, like to feel like coiling into that back hip, because when I create my forward move, I'm going to start delivering the aggressiveness from the back side of my body. I don't want to feel like my forward move is really top heavy from the front side. I want to feel like I'm delivering from the back side of my body, okay? Even weight, good posture, okay? The weight of my body is in my rear side, flat-footed, okay? My stance, and then when I create my movement, I'm feeling some hip flexor. This front side's kind of coiling into this back hip with a bent back knee, okay? So we got a good proper load there. Another thing we like to talk about when we create backwards movement is that we're moving slow, okay? I like to think of it like we're going hunting and we're shooting a bow and arrow at a deer. When I'm in that deer stand and the deer comes out, I'm not going to take the bow and go very quick and just pull it back and fire, okay? I want to feel like I have a nice controlled, slow moving part to get a nice coil, and then when I create forward movement, I can let it explode, or you think about the arrow just exploding out of the bow, okay? So we got a good load, we're feeling coiled up into our back hip, and now we talk about creating forward movement to the ball, okay? When I create my forward movement, it's got to come from the hips. It cannot come from my head, okay? See, a lot of guys get really top heavy and out over their front foot or their front knee with their upper body, okay? When I move forward, I'm going to move forward from my chin to my core to my waist, or the middle of my body where my belt buckle is. Okay, good coil. And when I move forward, I'm landing centered with my head right over my belt buckle. Okay, from that point, I've got some slight flex in my knees. I don't want to land stiff. Okay, I also don't want to land really low where I'm just completely losing my posture and my stance. Again, forward move, head moves with the belt buckle, okay? Slight bend in my knees, okay? And a good sense of timing with that. Again, when I'm moving back slowly and controlled, I also want to move forward slow and controlled. We feel like the faster that we move our front foot during our forward movement, it throws out of the sequence of our moving parts to the swing, okay? When that happens, we tend to get pushy with our bat, and our bat path coming to the ball is really steep. We hit a lot of ground balls at that point. Okay, so we like to talk about coil, slow moving forward posture, and then when I go to fire, I'm really delivering from this back hip. Okay, and that'll take us into our next pillars. Next week, we'll talk about bat path and extension through the ball. Hey, if you guys like the videos, we appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the likes and the comments that you guys are giving us. You know, we have fun making these videos for you guys. Go check out the stance and setup. And tonight we had backwards movement and forward movements. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.